Yeah, we are waiting for the YouTube stream to start. Very good evening, everyone. Welcome to TPL Day 3 of Shaastra 2022 and the seventh lecture of the Shaastra Spotlight Lecture Series, brought to you by MTX Incorporated. Adding to our bigger and better lineup this year, we are extremely honored to have Ms. Carolina Marin and Mr. Fernando Rivas with us for a chat. We have with us 2016 Rio Olympics champion, three-time world champion, and five-time European champion, Ms. Marin, and her coach, Dr. Fernando Rivas. Widely regarded as one of the greatest athletes in women's singles badminton, she holds the distinction of having won a medal in every BWF tournament, along with consecutive golds in the World Championships and the European Championships. She made history by becoming the first non-Asian to win Olympics badminton women's singles gold medal at the 2016 Rio Olympics. Behind every great player, there is a great coach. And Dr. Fernando Rivas has been the man behind the success stories of his star pupil, Miss Marin, and to whom which of much of the credit must go to for immense fortunes for Spanish badminton. Since joining the Spanish national setup in 2004, Dr. Rivas, a sports science research scholar, has been instrumental in helping Marin achieve her lifelong dreams of being the best out of everyone, the European champion, world champion, and the Olympic champion. We thank you so much for joining us on this occasion. Without further
Thank you
ado,
very much.
Let us begin the fireside chat. We'll start off with first question to Dr. Rivas. Miss Marin grew up in the small city of Huelva, and once she started to progress in badminton, she moved to Madrid for better coaching. What caught your attention in the young kid that made you decide to train her since then?
Hi, thank you very much for the invitation, first of all. I remember watching Carolina in a tournament when she was 13. What caught my attention was three things. The control of the tempo of the match, that was actually really, really good. Her speed, her movement speed, and the attacking style. So these three things at a national level I had never seen before. Of course, trying to think about how to put that into an international world-class level was another different thing. But at the beginning, these were the three things that caught my attention.
That's very inspiring to learn. Uh, we'll move to the next question to Ms. Marin. While choosing to pursue a sport, there are many uncertainties like fitness, injuries, retirement age. Why did you opt to pursue badminton a career despite all these uncertainties?
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you. So, well, maybe as many people know, I danced flamenco when I was very young. I started when I was 3 years old. But then I practiced badminton when I was 8 years old, and I decided to between continue to dance in flamenco or to play badminton when I was 12, because badminton took a lot of time of me, and also I had to continue with my study. So yeah, as you know, there are many uncertainties that you never know if you will be a good badminton player in the future or not. But then when I was 14, it was a time when I moved to Madrid, and when Fernando just taught me something. And yes, it was the time that I decided to give everything on badminton.
That's so amazing too for all the youngsters already here. Now, question to the both of you. The sport badminton was not a popular one back in a time in a country like Spain where football and tennis took the top flight. How difficult was it for you guys to find good coaching facilities, resources, and sponsors for international matches?
Well, I think it is true that it was not a very popular sport. Now, with thanks to Carolina and her results, everybody knows badminton. Badminton goes on TV. You can see people playing badminton on parks in the city. So it's actually really, really great. Since we were training and we are training at the national center, the facilities are actually really, really good. We, thanks to the Spanish Badminton Federation and the Sports Council of Spain, we have a great hall to play, a gym, medical services. Carolina, when she was younger, she had a high school to study, a resident to sleep and eat and to live. So everything was perfectly set up for devoting time and your life for training.
Yeah, I am
Yeah.
agree what Fernando said, and I was also lucky because in my hometown when I started to play badminton, I have a hall that there are some badminton courts where I started. So it was just 5 minutes out from my home. So yeah, at that time I was lucky to have a badminton hall close to where I live. And then when I moved to the National Center, is what Fernando said, that there are so many good facilities.
Yep, indeed. Uh, Now, question to Miss Marin. You're the first non-Asian athlete to win an Olympics gold medal in women's singles, in honor of which you have an indoor arena named after you in your hometown. You were number one in BWF rankings as well. Could you tell us more about that phase? Was it like your dream come true during that time?
Yes, for sure, because my big dream came true when I won my Olympic gold medal. And then after all this winning, and also I have a really good career in 2015. It was an amazing year for me, winning 5 major titles and also the World Championship in Indonesia. So yeah, after all of these big titles, my hometown they just decide to name a hall, um, and it was a dream coming true. And also I played the European Championship in 2018 and also the World Championship this few months last months ago. It was there, but unfortunately I couldn't play because of my injury. But yeah, it was amazing to see your name in a big hall and also some pictures. So yeah, it was a really good time for me.
Yeah, that would be a childhood dream for anyone who's playing the sport. Now, question to Dr. Rivas. As a coach who worked quite a lot on sports science, could you explain how sports science influenced the evolution of sports equipment to match with the individual players' abilities and recovery technology over the years?
Yeah, I can explain, but I will not share any secrets. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
No, of course, we go, we study a lot badminton, and we import some knowledge from different disciplines in sports science, physiology, nutrition, workload, so engineering, so anything that gives us any kind of advantage in training and competition. It's always studied by me and by my team. So I'm very lucky to be surrounded by teammates who are really, really good at what they do. For instance, our physical trainer and sports scientist Guillermo, assistant coach Anders Thompson, and also the psychologist Maria Martinez, and so on, so on, the physios. So actually, we try to integrate everything from different disciplines in sports science so that Carolina can have a better training, better recovery, and try to make the most of her. What I mean is, if you look at our story, it's we had one chance to become a world-class player. We had just one player. So we had to apply all the knowledge we had, and we needed to produce more knowledge so that we can be ahead of what the best players were at that moment. So for me, sports science has been the, the difference, that they make the difference for us.
Yes, so we surely have seen how sports science has improved the phase of sport nowadays. Now, question to Ms. Marine. Uh, Badminton is more than just a play of shuttle, it's also a battle of minds. When the opponent is of same skill, reading them and focusing on their weaknesses becomes important to winning. Uh, could you shed some light on your thoughts during the game about how you read the opponent?
As Fernando say, I will not say any secret, but yeah, I paid so much attention on my opponent when I get into the court, when we are with the umpire, and then also when we are warming up before the game starts. So yeah, I pay attention on the movement, on the how is her face, or yeah, on everything. And then yeah, I have some thoughts when during the game when I play, but this is something that sometimes is I just talk to myself to remember and to keep my focus on my game plan, on what I have to do, or maybe some unfortunate error that I make, I need to forget or something like that. So this is something that I used to do a long time ago, and also this is something that I used to talk with my coach, even when Fernando is coming, or even when another coach is coming with me. So I just try to keep all my focus on the game.
That's very nice. I'm sure all those who play the sport will take some points from the world champion. Now, question to Dr. Rivas. How did your studies on performance analysis of top level male and female badminton players and long rallies and next rally performances influence your coaching style?
Well, it makes also a part of the knowledge we develop. It's how to understand the structure of the game, what happens after what a kind of rally or another one, how the difference variable influences the player's behavior. So any study we have done has given me some knowledge that I can apply on the training. Um, for instance, so all the analysis we made before the Tokyo Olympics, and that led us to prepare a very fine strategy for training that unfortunately we couldn't use because of Carolina's injury, but we will certainly use in the near future.
Thank you, sir. Uh, the a follow-up question. AI has a significant impact on every field, including sports. For example, AI is being used to analyze the segmentation of shots played, thereby revealing the style of the player. What are the cutting-edge technologies that are being worked on sports science, specifically in the sport badminton? How will these insights help a coach while coaching a player? Will this help read the opponent better?
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of room of improvement still in artificial intelligence, machine learning, neural network. So it's a field to be explored, and it's being developed a lot in other sports like football. But I mean, a coach must be open to learn from other disciplines away from badminton to enhance the knowledge and of the game. So I'm really open to that. I think that's going to be the future. But so far, we still need a lot of development on that field.
Sure. Uh, One more follow-up question. What are your thoughts on the virtual codes that may arise as a result due to data analytics and artificial intelligence techniques for the next few years? What are the drawbacks of such technology? Do you think data analysis has impacted the overall playing style of an athlete such as Miss Marin?
Of course, the data analysis. I mean, it's used in every. I mean, now we are living in the era of data. So for everything, we are gathering data. So I think we should not be obsessed with it. Too much is better. I think sometimes less is more. But of course, it's not only about gathering data. It's about knowing how to interpret the data. What test do you run with this data? What to do with the results? how to apply them on training, or how to apply them for preparing a match, how to apply them for scouting. So it's there's so much to do with the data you're gathering. But the good thing is, if you create systems to gather data, you have an advantage. So I think not data is coming into badminton, and not everyone knows how to treat or how to deal with this data. So this is something that I think gives us some advantage.
Thank you, sir, for the insightful answer. Now, question to Ms. Marin. With increase in popularity also comes increase in expectations. Does that put more pressure on you to do well at big events than before? How do you manage all the big stage pressure?
Well, yeah, it's really important how you control all the pressure that is coming from outside, from people who wanted who want me to win many tournaments or many titles, mainly the big titles, no? So, well, I work with psychology from long time ago, but yeah, I think for me, especially, is all my focus is on the way, is on what I have to do for to win a big title. So I mean, I don't want to keep my focus on the pressure, or think every time that I have to win because I am better than this opponent. No, because any opponent can beat you. So you have to be aware of every opponent, of any opponent. So how I control this pressure, I just think about. I mean, I talk a lot with my coach, with Fernando, with my psychology, even when I am in the tournament outside or around the world. So I used to talk a lot with them when I feel some pressure, or when I feel um, something strange that I cannot control, or if I have a bad feeling, or if I don't feel something that is going in the way that we are working. So mainly I used to talk with all of them, and they used to help me a lot.
That's inspiring. Dr. Rivas has played a definitely played a crucial role in your coaching as well. Uh, the question to Dr. Rivas. Injuries are common in most sports. It not only prevents the player from playing, but sometimes even takes away the peak of their career. Miss Marin had suffered an ACL injury on her right knee in Jan 2019 as well. How will the technology of the future help us prevent and treat such injuries better?
Well, I think it's also gathering proper data, and we are doing so, especially from the recovery phase after the training and after tournaments. This is something that we have been trying to control from all the data we gather from Carolina, but we have honestly we haven't been able to manage properly, because the fact is that she got two ACL injuries. So of course there's some variables that are away from being controlled, but yeah, algorithms will certainly gives us some insights and some predictions in the future.
Thank you, sir, for the answer. Now, a question to the both of you. We've seen a lot of athletes taking some time of their career in various sports. In a sport like badminton that has a demanding schedule with tournaments all year round, do you think it has become necessary to take these kind of breaks to come back stronger, not only physically but mentally as well?
For
Or
sure.
maybe Carolina.
Yeah, we don't have any start or end in the time, so it's yeah, it's really difficult to how do you say, to organize, or to try to have some good break during the season. because as you know, we have so many tournaments during the year, even after the major title like World Championship in summer or Olympic Games. Then in September we have to play tournaments again. So yeah, for sure, mentally and physically, it's really tough to be in your 100% during the whole season. So sometimes it's really crazy. Mainly last year after the Olympic Games, I could see that so many players have to withdraw from so many tournaments because they got some injuries. Maybe they are not ready mentally. So for sure, I think that the World Federation have to think more about the players because then the level, the badminton level, will increase a lot, and this is not something good for the spectators, because the spectators, they just want to watch some good badminton level. But if we don't have some good breaks during the season, it's going to be really hard for everyone. And then you can see so many good players, they have to retire really soon.
Hmm. Uh, we should. That's definitely something to look into. Now, the question to Miss Marin again. Kobe Bryant, Roger Federer, and many other eminent sports personalities have talked about how a change in the mentality has brought a change in the game over the years. Miss Marine, you got a tattoo on your left wrist after the London 2012 Olympics and went on to win the first Olympic gold medal in Rio 2016. Could you share with us how did your mentality change over the years since then?
As I said, I moved to Madrid when I was 14, okay? So then I started with psychology the year after I came to Madrid. But now I was with that psychology for 7 years, I think. And then I just wanted to change with some coaches, and finally I have my psychology now. She's Maria. I'm working with her for now almost 4 years. And well, I mean, it's really different when I was 14 than when I am 28 years old, because I learned from so many different situations, uh, even when I am on the court or when I am off the court. So all these mentally things that I need to do mainly in during my training, and then it's gonna be easy when you get into the tournament, because when you practice all those things during your training, then you are used to do when you are on the court, when you play some good matches. So this is how I used to do with all my psychology.
Uh, Dr. Rivas, from your perspective, how has Marine's mentality changed over the years?
Well, she's been very competitive from the very first beginning, so that hasn't changed at all. I think that was a built-in ability from the beginning. What we have been able to do is just to focus the attention to the important areas during the tournaments, to be able to cope with herself, because I think winning or losing a match is a battle inside the player. It's a battle with herself, himself. So it's a battle to the self, you know. Um, beating an opponent is probably the result of beating situations that arise inside you during the match. So we've been able to work with different psychologists and experts in doing so with Carolina, and also now that she's 28, that she's able to still learn a lot during the training, because her ability to focus in the details has increased a lot. So our trainings are shorter than they used to be, because she's able to focus on the more detailed information I can give her. So yeah, mainly we can stress on these 2 points.
That's very inspiring, James. Uh, a question to Ms. Marin. You started your professional career in 2009 and have seen badminton evolve in Spain over the last 2 decades. Do you think the sport is at peak in the country now, both in terms of talent and the popularity? What do you think the future holds for young talent back in Spain?
Well, it's really difficult to say that badminton is popular in Spain. If we compare with the football or with basketball or even with tennis. So I can say that yeah, it's getting more popular as everyone know what is badminton. You can see many people playing uh, doctor with her parent with the parents. So but we cannot compare badminton with football. It's, I mean, it's a long way, totally. But yeah, it's getting more popular. Also, how I see the talent. Well, we need to keep working on the to to keep improving on the coaches. It's really important because if we don't have a good coaches in Spain, it's gonna be difficult to get this improvement on the kids. So I mean, and then we cannot see any talent here. So for me, it's the mainly thing that we have to do is to keep working on the coaches, give a good experience to them. This is something that Fernando is doing, and then we hope to see some good talents. Even now, or even when I retire, I hope that someone can win a big titles here in Spain.
Hmm. Uh, with all your achievements, we are sure that more young kids are inspired to take up badminton in the future as well. Uh,
Of course.
bef- Before we come to the end of the session, one final question to you. What advice would you like to give to the budding young minds who have you as a role model and a source of inspiration to achieve great heights in their lives?
Well, I mean, the big advice that I would like to give is something that I did when I started. Is just enjoy what I do. So I decided to keep going with badminton, and this is what I'm doing right now. So what I will say to the kids is enjoy what they are doing, even if they want to play badminton or if they want to do another sport or if they want to keep doing with their studies. So the best thing to do something with passion is enjoy what they do. So this is something that I do when I was young, and it's what I'm doing right now. Because if I don't enjoy what I'm doing, then it's really hard and tough to spend so many hours during a day to play badminton.
That's very motivational to everyone out there. With that, we come to the end of the fireside chat. We would like to thank Ms. Marine and Dr. Rivas for this amazing fireside chat. I'm sure that the audience present here would have been inspired a lot. Please fill the feedback form and share it in the which is updated in the live chat. Up next, we have an interactive session with Dr. Shashi Tharoor at 6 p.m. Stay tuned to Shastra IIT Madras YouTube channel for more such inspiring and engaging sessions. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
Thanks. If possible, could we take a picture with all of
Yeah,
you?
sure.